Sprite Castle. Sprite Castle. Sprite Castle.
Mr. Rob O'Hara.
Sprite Castle.
Hello out there in internet land, and welcome to a running late edition of Sprite Castle. This is not 7 o'clock Central Time. This is 7:30 Central Time. This is now 7:45 Central Time. So thank those of you. I see L. Curtis Boyle, Steve Burtz. I'm sure we'll have some other regulars dropping in. Hey, Adam, what's going on? We had a little bit of a scheduling conflict tonight that ran later than I thought it was going to. And gosh, I almost canceled. I almost thought, you know what, I'll just do it later. And then, you know what, but I had to cancel last week due to technical difficulties. So I don't think these are new glasses necessarily. They're all readers is what I wear. So they could be a different pair of readers. I go to the actually sometimes I get them on Amazon, sometimes I get them from I try not to get them from the dollar store. Those don't seem to last very long. But yeah, the old eyesight. Let's see if I can I could read the Commodore 64 screen. I don't know I couldn't read much else. That's always a bummer. So let's see. Where are we going? Where are we going today? Let's go over here. Let's see what we got. Oh my, that is way too large. Something has gone wrong here. What has gone wrong? You know what? I think I'm on C64 PAL. That should be right. I might actually want NTSC for this one, though. So let's reset this. Oh, my. Didn't like that. Did not like that one tiny bit. There we go. Let's make this, bring this in. Why is it, boy. I guess I could do like this. And then we could move this up slightly. It's funny how nothing is ever the same. Every time that you... Oh, there goes the background. There's also... all I want is this little window. Oh, boy. Everything's so hard. Why don't they make this... There we go. Not that it really matters, but I just like it to look centered. All right, let's see how this turns out. The problem with this particular game that we're playing today is let's go find a good copy. The opening demo, the opening sound, the opening song of Skate or Die is so memorable. It's iconic. It is one of the maybe best known songs. Of course, it's I believe it's a Ron Hubbard special. And the thing about it is that depending on where you grew up, it sounds different, whether you're listening to it on NTSC or whether you're listening to it on PAL. So first of all, let's see how this one loads up. The NTSC version is in a slightly slower, so that also means it's in a slightly lower register. Let's take a look and hear what we get here. Well, that's not the Skate or Die song I was waiting for. This is the way I remember it. Come the chords. Let's do F7. Of course, now I'm shouting because it's so loud in my ears. I cranked all the sound way up. So this is Skate or Die, and the reason that I was in the mood to play Skate or Die, yeah, 745 is past 720. Oh, does this make me miss my 720? Absolutely. If I have two regrets of any arcade machines I got rid of, it's Karate Champ and 720. I will never get another deal like I got on that 720. I think I paid 400, maybe 500 for my 720 cabinet, which was immaculate. I mean, it was completely restored, and ones in that shape now are going for 2,500 to 3,000, which I'm not in. I don't live in that ballpark, so it's a bummer. I wish I should have had the foresight to keep that thing. But the reason that I wanted to play Skate or Die today, and I haven't played this in a long time, is because the new Tony Hawk, what is the name of that documentary? Let me find the name of it here real quick. That song gets stuck in your head. That's the sign of a good video game theme, when it gets stuck in your head, you know. Let's see. Tony Hawk Until the Wheels Fall Off, which debuted yesterday, I believe, on HBO Max. I watched it this morning. It's a really good documentary. I think Tony Hawk, obviously, number one, most famous, most successful and most famous skateboarder, professional skateboarder of all time. Just no question about that. And the thing about this documentary for me is there are so many skaters that were less famous, that had fewer achievements, however you want to put it, that have documentaries. And of course, all the guys that had some sort of tragedy in their life all had documentaries about them. There's a documentary about Gator, who Mark Gator Rogowski, who basically murdered his girlfriend and buried her out in the middle of the desert. And I believe he's still in prison. There's a documentary about Christian Hosoi, who got deep into meth, basically, and did a stint in prison. So a lot of, all these guys that had the sad downturn type stories, but with the redemption ending, all have documentaries. But Tony Hawk, he had some marriage issues and stuff, but that doesn't really, that's not the same as murdering your girlfriend and burying her in the desert. There are just so many good skateboarding documentaries out there, and I've watched most of them. I've watched basically all the ones I've ever found, and there's not just those that focus on a person, but there's also ones that focus on groups. Like there's the Dogtown one, there's the Bones Brigade one, which I would say is probably the best one up until I saw this one. I'm trying to decide what event I want to go do here. I think I'm going to go Joust first. Boop, boop. Which I think is maybe a opposite side disc. Maybe I was supposed to flip the disc or something. Because we'll see. Yeah, hang on here. Attach disk image. You'd think it would prompt you to flip it over, but it did not. Yep, Lords of Dogtown is good, and then there's the I think Lords of Dogtown was the kind of like the fictionalized, not fictionalized, but the movie version of what was it called? Z Town, whatever, or the Z Boys, Dogtown and the Z Boys, whatever it was. But they're all good. I really enjoy all those skateboard documentaries. Rodney Mullen has a great documentary. Rodney Mullen did a TED Talk. So there's let's see, is it still loading? Yeah, it's still loading. Still doing something. That's one thing about the Commodore. You always got to check the drive light to make sure it's doing something. Unfortunately, these emulators have a virtual drive light. But anyway, this new Tony Hawk documentary. Let's see, who are we going to... There's Poser Pete. Usually I'm not very good at these things, so I'll probably go with Poser Pete, but we also have Aggro Eddie. No prob, I know my way around a pool, do you? Better know your stuff before you take on me. I'm Aggro Eddie. And then, of course, Lester, skate or die. And Lester's uncle is, I don't know if it's his uncle or dad. Rodney is the guy that runs the skate shop. We will go through Poser Pete here. We'll punch in. There's Poser Pete. The easiest way to do this event is to follow him in like that, and then boom. I think you get 5 passes, and then it changes hands, and now he's got the old joust. Oh boy. One more to safety. There we go. Oh, almost got him. See, the thing is, if you're behind him, you'll never catch him. So you gotta kind of... Oh boy, now I'm in trouble. And old Poser Pete tracked me down there. I never heard of this being a real thing. And the only time that I've ever seen any sort of jousting or combat on a skateboard is in the movie Thrashin', in which Corey Webster goes up against Hook, the leader of the Daggers, and they have their battle to settle their differences. No, don't do that. All right, almost. Come on, Poser Pete. Oh no, Poser Pete. Now I just lost the joust. But that's alright, we're going to stay ahead of him. Oh no, Poser Pete got me again. Poser Pete! Alright. Let's wait until he goes. Drop in behind him here, and then we'll try to... Oh! Almost got him. And... Come on. Anyway, the Tony Hawk documentary was pretty good. It covered some of the same material that's in the Bones Brigade documentary, just because Tony Hawk was obviously in the Bones Brigade. And, you know, you're going to get a lot of the same... Don't pause it. Come on. Hold still, Poser Pete. I got something for you. You know, I mean, the Bones Brigade story to a certain extent is, I mean, the early years is Tony Hawk's story, you know, about how he became a up and coming skater. If you don't know, Tony Hawk, you know, was basically inventing this new style of skateboarding. So he was the guy that was in between the 70s guys that were all surf inspired, you know, that were basically doing surfboard maneuvers just on a skateboard on wheels. And so when they came in to ride pools, they were just riding pools. They would go around, you know. And Tony Hawk started doing all these finger flipping tricks and flipping the board and stuff like that. And they hated him. He talks about being in a... I'm going to try one more round here. Let's go for a hard guy. Maybe that was a problem. The guy I picked was too easy. That was probably it. And so he talks about this contest, which is a famous contest where he... oh, no. No, get away from me. Oh, no. No, it turns out the hard guy's hard. Where the other contestants were literally... crowd and contestants were throwing beer cans into the pool where he was skating, and he crashed at the bottom of the pool and found when he looked there was a beer can there. And so oh yeah, win for me. See, that was the problem. I was playing a guy that was too easy. I had to get up here to Lester. We got some skate flow going on. Uh-oh. That didn't work. I tried to trick him. And I got tricked myself. So anyway, yeah, I mean, and it was the thing about Tony Hawk in his early days that they really dwell on is that it wasn't just like the crowd giving him the business. It was like the other skaters giving him the business. You know, the guys that were his competition. You know, skateboarding has always been kind of one of those things where the competitors would root each other on and you know, root for one another for success, and not for Tony Hawk. There was a lot of rooting against Tony Hawk, but the problem was he started winning these competitions, so they all loved to hate him, but you know, it's too bad for them because he was winning. And then you know, when he became number one, he was the best skater in the world, and had no friends. I think Rodney Mullen says in the documentary, when you finally get to the top of the mountain, all you find is lightning. That's a great way to put it. So, yeah, it was a really good documentary. I really enjoyed it. I think the saddest part of the documentary is it's literally titled Until the Wheels Fall Off. And at the end of it, Tony Hawk says, I'm going to keep skating forever as long as my body could take it. And for anyone who doesn't know, Tony Hawk recently broke his leg. So between the time that this was filmed and the time it was released, but in that window, he broke his leg. I guess he showed up at one of the recent award ceremonies with a cane, but he wasn't sure he was going to be able to walk at all. In fact, the doctor said that he might not ever walk again, or walk, you know, without a cane or without a limp or something like that. So the good news is it seems like he's up and about, but kind of the whole point of the documentary is like, I'm going to skate forever. I'm going to skate into the sunset. And now I don't think that's going to be his legacy. I will tell you an interesting story from the documentary. Tony Hawk talks about how when he was younger, he was selling so many skateboards a month and making this money, and he bought a house basically as an investment for tax purposes and some other things like that. So he was making money. I don't think he was a millionaire. I don't know that he was a multimillionaire as a kid, but he had money. And so, of course, then, we have what they call, the skateboarding world calls the dark years, which was when ramp skateboarding dried up in the late 80s, early 90s until basically the X Games. So that, whatever that gap is, 5-6 years, something like that. And so Tony Hawk goes back to, let's see, I should be on the left. And I like to skate, I believe, Goofy Foot. So let's see, we got left, right, and then up speeds up. And I should be able to flip around. And you want to flip around so that you can throw some punches and kicks. Oh, get away from me, Lester. I don't remember the layout. I'm going slow on purpose until oh, that's as fast as I can go. Oh, look at that. Oh, no. No matter which side I get on. Yeah. Oh, we both ran into the fence. Okay, button and up does that little 180 move. Button by itself, is that what attacks? I guess I need to figure out how to... Oh no, I hit a wall. Come on. Let's go catch up. Boom! Oh no. Oh, look at that. Uh-oh. Went through the fence there. I got sliced and diced. Okay, so the button when I'm close to him, I'm throwing some shots there. I got some... Boom! Come here, Lester. Alright, what's my score? Why is my score so much lower than his score? Alright, I'm going right at him. So anyway, about this Tony Hawk story. If you're gonna punch me, you're gonna have to catch me. Baby. Oh, no, it's gonna catch me because I just ran into a conveniently located... Boom! Oh no. Boom, boom, boom. Get off me, Lester. Oh, and the buttoning away. Oh, jump, jump. Don't fall in that hole. Buttoning away kicks and buttoning towards punches. Now I got it. It's pretty hard to kick somebody while skateboarding, I would guess. I know that fence is coming up. Oh no, I thought I made it through the opening there. Where am I? Am I coming back? Oh, there I am. No, don't leave me, Lester. So anyway, Tony Hawk talks a little bit in the documentary about, the dark years, the years where he, right through the fence again, where he wasn't getting paid. And then he talks about when basically Activision calls him to make Tony Hawk Pro Skater, and he's like, well, who wants to play this game? He basically just says he thinks only skateboarders will want to play it. It won't have a mass appeal. And so they released the first one, they released the second one, and he said when they released the fourth one, I think it was the third or fourth one, but all the other ones were still in the top 10 bestseller list. So in the top 10 video game best-selling list were all the other Tony Hawk Pro Skater games. And so Tony Hawk had a meeting with their investors, with Activision, and they explained this to him, and he said, I don't understand what this means. And they said, here's what it means. And they handed him a check for $4.5 million. And then they gave him a $20 million advance for the next game. So Good on Tony Hawk, but yeah, that definitely. I mean, I know that there was money in competitions. There was money in some of the board sales was a big thing. Merchandise and board sales were the big things. But it sounds like video games weren't too bad. Oh, I was trying to do a trick, but I got tricked. Watch this. Oh, I got cleared that hole. Oh boy! I wish you'd just stop kicking me. Oh, not too soon. Now, here we go. Look at that. Catch me now. Catch me now, Lester. I hope I got a zillion points by... Oh, no. Ah! I gotta remember, right after you come around the brick building, go to the middle. I don't even see where I am. Where am I? Oh, there. Oh, no! I fell down a stovepipe. Well, he's definitely winning. I'm gonna jump on this cop car. Oh, that's how you set off the police siren lights. Did I get a bonus for that? Oh, I never finished the race. Alright. I feel like I could do this one better. Oh, goofy foot. Alright. Stop. Oh, Lester. We don't benefit if we both fall down, buddy. Kicked me right in the booty. That ain't right. Oh, I went too early. I went too early. Alright, here we go. I got a good kick in. Oh, I ran into that. I just bounced on a wooden crate. Steel Rat and I did our share of skateboarding all over town, all over anywhere we could go. I had a couple other friends that enjoyed skateboarding, and but Steel Rat and my buddy Andy and I, we definitely did our share of skateboarding. We also invented a sport where we would pull one another behind a car on a skateboard, which was fun until you blew out all your bearings. That was kind of fun. I thought I beat him for a minute, but he got so many points from kicking me in the face. Oh, well, that's not gonna help. Boom! Okay. Navigate there. Both. Oh, man! Oh! I ran into that. What's he on the roof up there? I got him! Punched him. It was like a kidney shot. Oh, look, I'm so far ahead. Am I gonna win? Did I win? Did I win? come on. Why would I win? I'm going to say I won. I won. I remember when so my friend Justin had another friend named Mark who went by Sprite, and yeah, they might be related. There might be there's a relationship between the jumping. Sprite bought this game, and actually Sprite worked at an arcade, a gold mine arcade that had 720. It was the first place I ever saw 720, and so we went to his house, and that's where I got my copy of Skate or Die. Now, there was a copy utility called Fast Hack'em. And Fast Hack'em, basically what it would do would make copies of games, but also it had this second thing called parameters. And so the way parameters worked was if a disk had a certain type of copy protection that involved a bad sector on a disk or something specific on a disk, something like that, the parameter would apply that to the disk after you copied it. So, you had to wait until the new version of Fast Hack'em because it would have parameters, and they would say like 100 parameters or 500 parameters. And so there was a separate disk with all the parameters on it. And so what you would do is copy the game, and then your copy would not work, but then you could go in and apply the parameter, and it would patch it basically to make the game work. All right, let's see if I remember how to do some moves here. So the key on doing, let's see. Oh, I knocked all my pads off. Okay, so the key to height is pressing the button in the darker gray areas, and that's pumps when you're going up and down. And then when you're in the air, if you press left or right, you will rotate. But you also have to press the other way before coming down to stop, and you have to be lined up straight up and down. So if you like stop there, crashola. There's also, I think, like a rock and roll kind of move here. I think you could do a little bit of a board slide. I don't remember if there's a hand plant in this one or not. You can't land in the channel. Over there where you drop in, you can't land in the channel or it would crash you. But you get 10 runs or 10 passes, and then that's it. So it's whatever score you could get on that out of 10 runs. Now I think there's a, yeah, there you go. There's a little board slide. So if you rotate like that, and then so you press left or right to rotate, but also up or down, then you can move like that. Oh, I thought it was good. And so the key to get the most points on the left-hand side over here is rotate while going down. Now, if you hit at the very edge, which is what I did, if you hit at the very corner, you'll crash. Let's try that again. So I'm gonna go button, left, down, right, up. Oh. You can also do, I forgot what that's called. Not a varial, but basically where you spin counterclockwise. So you spin like a backside air, your back faces the air. But a front side air is when you spin the opposite way like this. Here's the front side. Oh. Let's try that again. There's like a little no hands thing. See that? Sometimes when he jumps, he holds onto the board. I remember thinking that was the funniest thing when his pads would fall off. Let me see if I can make his arms stay up. Oh man, it's so hard to land in that little spot there. But it can be done. Now we'll do it. There it is. See that? Little board slide, roll 180, rock and roll on the way back in. 1,000 bonus points. 4,000 score is not very good. I feel like I could probably get that by just going up and down like this. No, maybe not. That's not fair. Oh, see, that was a big ollie. This is something, and it's not, I don't think it's covered in the, it's not in the Tony Hawk documentary, it's in the Bones Brigade documentary where they talk about the ollies, but the guy that invented the ollie is not, I mean, his nickname is literally Ollie, but it's not what you and I think of, or modern skateboarders think of an ollie. It was only done in ramps. So basically what an ollie was when you went off the top of a quarter pipe like you got air. Ah, there it is. Oh, there's a little hand plant. $49.90 better. I bet I could beat 5,000. And so that was the original ollie. Was not a like a flatland ollie. The flatland ollie, you might guess, was invented by Rodney Mullen. I believe Rodney Mullen, I'd have to look it up, but I believe he's credited with creating more than 100 different skateboarding tricks. A lot of them dumb. Rodney Mullen did all kinds of goofy things. Rodney Mullen was just on Tony Hawk's podcast, and Rodney Mullen, the thing about skateboarding is, you know, most of those guys, I mean, well, all those guys love skateboarding, right? Oh, look, 7750. We smashed the 5,000 mark, I said. All those guys love skateboarding, but they also did it for money, right? And so when the money ran out, then most of them quit doing it, you know, but not the elite guys and not the guys that just really loved the sport and thought of it as an art form and expression. And Rodney Mullen on that podcast basically revealed that he gets up, he sleeps during the day and during the evening. And I'm trying to remember if the jump involves waggling the joystick, which I will not be able to do on this gamepad, or if it's just pumping. Yep, Burnquist is. I think Lance Mountain is not doing competitions, but he's still skating. Tony Hawk, what he is doing now is basically retiring moves. So Tony Hawk just retired the 900. So he basically set up a camera. He went to his warehouse. There's footage of it in the documentary. He pulls a 900 and then he says, "That's it. I'm never doing another 900. He's just retiring it. Okay. So I gotta remember, I know if you pump here. No, this is disc joystick waggling, I believe. Oh no, I remember what it was. It was down and then up. Let me come to a stop here. I used to have a Bucky Lasik poster. I had a Neil Blender skateboard. That was my first pro name. Would you, dude? You're gonna have to stop skating. Stop moving, or it'll just be forever. Is that what it is? It's got a... Will this ever time out? Let's go this way. Boy, it's just impossible to do in this like a Super Nintendo style gamepad, which is what I'm playing with. I'm just gonna try to crash it. Yeah, this is. They probably all went home. And the thing is, I don't know how. I don't know. There's no way to. I could probably hit run stop if I knew. Oh, that turns the music on and off. Okay, run stop will take me back. There we go. Commodore turns the music on and off. But anyway, yeah, it was a good documentary, but I feel like it just kind of brings closure. Anyway, I was talking about Rodney Mullen. And Rodney Mullen's a kooky dude. He's out there, but just as honest as the day is long, you know. And he basically said, now the thing about the race is I know that I don't remember how the racetrack goes, but we'll try it here. Rodney Mullen says he sleeps in the evening and night, and then he gets up in the middle of the night, like 2 a.m, and drives out to these sketchy areas of LA and goes to parking lots like the Staples parking lot or Office Depot parking lot, like places where there are no cars, and sets up his portable boombox and skateboards in the middle of the night. I mean, this is a dude who is a millionaire, a multimillionaire who is retired from competition skateboardwear and just a guy who loves to skateboard. But as he says on the podcast, he can't go to a skate park when they're open because it's just a million people flooding around wanting to see Rodney Mullen skate, you know? And so instead, oops, hold on, let me swap discs here. So instead, that's what he does is he goes out in the middle of the night and goes to parking lots. And he tells this whole story about at one point where he gang members like roll up on him and you know, he thinks something bad's going to happen. He has a standoff with these guys that are just, you know, it seems like a bad situation, a situation you don't want to get in. But it's such a, I mean, you think about most professional athletes, like, I mean, when a guy retires from the NBA, you don't imagine him getting up in the middle of the night and going to a park somewhere to shoot baskets by himself. But that's Rodney Mullen. I could probably be nudging these load times along a little faster with warping and stuff, but okay, we definitely want Goofy Foot here. So the key to this one is, of course, up speeds up. You've got to go through these slalom flags and turn left and right. But see how slow you turn? If you hold down the button, you spin like that. So it's like you could grind, like go whoosh, like that. Now, I'm going very slow. Oops. I meant to jump over that. So let's put me over here. It's fine, it's fine. Oh. And then there's little, you can't go off the road at all. Like all those rocks and stuff will crash you. So like, oh, didn't have enough speed to clear that. So you could duck, you could jump. So there are little things like that little thing right over there. If I'd have been paying attention, you could jump over that, but you gotta jump that grate. So, I mean, I remember as a kid, it took me a long time to master a path that I could do quickly. Oh, that's a wrong time to jump. Jumped in with a flipper there. Oh, should jump that. I mean, this is literally a terrible run. So, like, you're going way over here and then way over there, or you could just jump over that little edge area there. So I guess you got to go through those flags. Okay, that's a terrible run. All right, let's speed this up a little bit. Oops, don't do that. See if you cut that just right. Oh, bad news. That didn't work either. Alright, we're gonna try this. Not going well. I've lost my skills, man. I used to be good at video games. Alright, there we go. Yeah, skateboards like I do too, Steve. Not like how I used to, but that's probably how I do now. There's a funny story my wife likes to tell. And that when my son was of age and said, "Hey, Dad, I think I'd like to get a skateboard." Well, I guess I could have ducked under that second one. Alright, line it up. Duck. There we go. That worked. Alright, look at that. Cutting some off the time now. And so anyway, we went to the... When my son said he wanted a skateboard, my wife was like, "I think they have them at Walmart." And I was like, "Are you kidding?" Like, no. My kid is not getting a Walmart skateboard. And so we went to, and I think my son was like 7, and we went to the skate shop. And I was like, this kid, you know, I was like, we need some tracker trucks or some indies. We need some slime balls on this thing. Maybe some fit, you know. And they're looking at me, they're like, yeah, like they haven't made slime balls in 20 years, sir. And I'm like, oh, they called me sir. It sucks. I hate it. And then I was like, he can have any deck he wants. And he goes, oh, I want a Tony Hawk, which he wasn't a fan of Tony Hawk. I think Tony Hawk was just the only skateboarder he'd ever heard of, you know. And I was like, that's fine, whatever, you know. Like, I didn't have anything against Tony Hawk. I was just, oh, man. How's it going to put me over there? I didn't want to be over there. I wanted to work on that. Oh, I wish I hadn't been going so slow. And so anyway, then the guy was like, oh, and can I get anything for you, sir? And I was like, yeah, maybe I want a skateboard too. And so I ended up buying a Steve Caballero old school style board, like a fishy tail, you know, a fishtail board with, I did get tracker trucks, and I didn't get slime balls, but I got, I think indies, maybe indie wheels or something. But anyway, come on, turn, you dummy. My gosh, trucks are too tight, you can't turn. You gotta turn there anyway. Oh, come on. That was gliding up. Alright, we're gonna jump over this thing. I'm just gonna fall every 10 feet. That'll be fun. So anyway, I got this Steve Caballero deck, and I got everything, and I brought it home, you know. And my wife is like, "What are you doing? You're gonna fall on your face. You're gonna go to the hospital." And I was like, "No, I'm not." And so I got it, you know, and went out in the garage, and I got up on it, and my wife came out, and I was like, "You know, the thing is, I don't want to fall from this height." And she was like, "You are literally two inches off the ground." Oh no. I did regular foot. Oh. Regular foot sucks. I skate goofy foot. And when I say skate, I mean 25 to 30 years ago. Last time I did any skating. And so, anyway, yeah, I was like, yeah, I can't fall from this height. And so, of course, then my wife gives me a hard time about it, you know, like, every time, like, we go to the grocery store, and you step off the curb, like, to go in, and she's like, "Careful, you don't want to fall from that height." I'm like, shut up. Oh, I turned the wrong way at the end, because it's stupid regular foot, instead of goofy foot. $79.25. All right. I don't know why. All right, here we go. This is it. This is the run. I had it. I just jumped too late. And then I want to come over here. Line up for that. Line up for this. Ollie off of that. Come over here. Oh, aimed right for that grill. Let's just hit everything at this point. You dummy. That's what I was trying to do before. Look, that's a better score than I got last time, too. 83. I don't know if that's my best. Okay, we're wasting time up here, Johnny Skater. This guy. I need some big... You know what I always wanted was one of those big old, like, street boards, you know? That looked like so much fun. But, they have to be closer to the ground than 2 inches or I'm not doing it. That's too hard to fall from. Are you kidding me? That was terrible. 69.13. Well, I wouldn't say I was great at skateboarding. I just enjoyed it. But I enjoyed it. It was, oh, come on. I mean, when this guy says skate or die, he doesn't normally skate. He just normally dies. I enjoyed skateboarding like I enjoyed breakdancing, which is like a lot of things in my life, like a lot of hobbies, I'm better than people that haven't tried it. Yeah, there's no surfboarding here, unfortunately. Although Steel Rat and I did go surfboarding one time. We rented surfboards and we went to the surf mecca of Corpus Christi, which had waves in the 2 to 4 inch range, and basically paddled around on surfboards. Now, why that place decided to rent us surfboards, I'm not sure. I mean, I'm sure they didn't care. Yeah, that's true. That's true. That could just make me a thing from the roof of the building. And Jeff and I actually did a thing. We went to we stayed at a hotel, and we did pool tricks. I guess I'm going too fast through that section right there. Did some tricks into a pool, which is oh man, oh, this time shot. So yeah, I was doing like 180 and 360s off this diamond board, and that seemed like a really fun thing to do. And then I found out what water does to layered plywood, and what it does to metal bearings. Okay, we're gonna slow down. I did it. This is the run. That was so close. This is the run either way. What I really want to do is like a 180 off of this. Oh well, I can't even get on it, so who cares? Beep, 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 beep. Beep, 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 beep. I think this is Minor Threat. Is that who this is? TSOL? I did have a skateboard one time that it was a spare skateboard that I had, a crappy skateboard, and I got a pair of shoes from my neighbor, and I nailed the shoes to the skateboard. They were high top Nikes, black and blue Nike high tops, and so I could slip my feet into them without having to lace them up, because that's what I was worried about, was if I fell that I would break my ankles or something. So I would get out there, and then I could kind of wiggle the board back and forth, you know, and but the cool thing was when cars would come by, and I would just jump up in the air and do these tricks, like just, you know, from a standing position, just jump straight up, and people would look like, wow, how did he do that? Well, I nailed shoes to a board. Okay, let's see. Have we done everything? I did the joust. I did the race. I did the jam. I did the jump, and I did the freestyle. Let's go back up here in the skate shop. If you're not subscribed to the podcast, we released Like a DOS. Was that yesterday or today? I guess that was yesterday. A new episode of Like a DOS, in which I covered Archon Ultra, which was the updated version of Archon released for DOS in 1994 by SSI. The original, of course, was Electronic Arts. So if you're into Archon, you might want to go check that out. Let's see. Now, of course, this stupid icon here says Skate or Die. And there were different things you could click on, like... See, you click on the joust, the bopper up here. It says, use the bopper in the pool joust. Someday you might be on a poster. Or maybe it's someday you might be on a poster. Don't you like my do? Obviously, this is Lester's dad or Uncle Rodney, and the face is obviously Rodney Dangerfield. Watch the corners in pool joust. Want to change board color? I forgot that you could do that. Oh, well, you have to sign up for the competition. I only keep the best high scores. And you could click on this, and it would show you the high scores. I'm pretty sure his tattoo said something. Semper Fi or Die. Guess his face doesn't say anything. And then you could go compete or go practice. I just like practicing because you could just pick any event that you want. we'll go do a little bit of freestyle before we get here. Now, there was a Skater Die 2, but not in the... yeah, exactly. That's like the Michael Jackson, the lean shoes. There's a Skater Die 2, but not for the Commodore 64, I don't think. It's for some of the 16-bit machines. There is a Ski or Die, which was not as popular. And, of course, Epix was well known for all their other event-style games. Oh, this is Electronic Arts, but still. All right. So if you can get into a rhythm on this side, clear that, and then on this side, use this. Oh, man. Dookie booty. But then just get in the rhythm on that side to always do that flip over the channel. Oh, I spun the wrong way. 10,000 right off the bat. First one. Too far. One too far. Should have stopped. Should have stopped when I was ahead. Lost it. This run to practice a few different moves. Oh no. Yeah, see, when you rotate out past that, you can't steer once you're in the air. It's just one direction. So like when I press down, now I'm coming towards me, but I can't press forward and then come back the other way. So if you... Hey, see you, Adam. If you rotate the wrong way or fly the wrong way or whatever, you're just SOL, not TSOL, which was the True Sounds of Liberty. Oh, I stayed up. I got hung up on the coping. Terrible tragedy. The daggers. Daggers threw daggers out there and they got me. Daggers. Come on, Corey Webster. Oh, that was a no-hander to a backside smattering. Oh, I thought I bailed out of that. Should be that. Another 10,000 point run. Can't beat that. All right. Well, we had some fun. We did some skating. We skated. We skated or died. We skated and died. This week, earlier this week, we released Like a DOS, the Archon Ultra. This week, I will be releasing Sprite Castle, and on Sprite Castle, I'm going to be covering Maniac Mansion. Now, there is a lot to cover on Maniac Mansion. I've been playing, I've been reading. I mean, there are books, literally books, written about Maniac Mansion, so I won't encompass every piece of the history of Maniac Mansion in that episode, but I should give you a pretty solid covering of the game and the basics and a little bit of the history and stuff like that. So we played last week or sometime last week, we streamed Maniac Mansion for the Apple II, and it was just painfully slow and not very good. So maybe next week, I think what I'm going to do, I might do this over the weekend when I have some more time for streaming, but I think what I'm going to do is a stream of Maniac Mansion, and I'm going to use a walkthrough and just go through the entire game. From what I read, you can run through the entire game in about 2 hours. So I think that might be what I do. So if you're not subscribed to the podcast, go to podcast.robohara.com and you can find all the shows that I do. They're all on iTunes. You can subscribe to them from right there. And all of them, except for You Don't Know Flack, you can get through the Amigos feed. So if you subscribe to the Amigos podcast feed, which is Amigos, or it's anchor.fm/Amigos Gaming. I think I should double check that. But if you already subscribe to the Amigos master feed, then you get all those shows. You get Sprite Castle, you get Like a DOS, and you get Cactus Flack. So I think that wraps us up for a little bit of Skate or Die. So thanks everybody for jumping on. If you're new, don't forget to I don't care about the subscribes, but hit the follow thing, and then you'll find whenever I go live. Hey Steve, thanks for stopping in. It's always good to see you. But if you click follow, because I do normally stream Wednesdays at 7 at Central Time, but sometimes other times throughout the week I've been popping on stuff, and I want to get some more stuff like that. So if you always come to this show and this same time, Wednesday, 7 o'clock Central, but if you see other streams pop up throughout the week, there's no telling. I'm probably playing a game or doing something retro related. So also this summer is Boat Fest, and I believe the URL is boatfest.info. Let me double check to make sure that that's right. It's going to be in way far away from me in Hurricane, West Virginia. Boat, all one word. Yep, Boat Fest, boat like a boat, BOAT fest.info. Boat Fest is being hosted by the guys that do the Amigos podcast, so there's going to be a lot of Amiga stuff there. I'm going to be there. And it's just going to be a weekend, a 3-day weekend of, I'm guessing, drunken debauchery and retro game playing and doing some podcasts. And I think they're going to do some video game karaoke and who knows what else is going to go on. So if you're interested in that, that's going on this summer. So everybody, thanks for dropping in, and I will be talking to you guys soon. Bye.